Okay, so this semester I had the opportunity to participate in ECOMP 355 with Alec Kuros, which was a course on computers and education, and more specifically that of just overall technology and education. So throughout this course, I learned a lot of useful things of how technology can be used, but more importantly, I learned a lot of useful ways how I, as an educator, will be able to incorporate technology into the classroom, which is something I believe is really important because let's face it, technology, it's here to stay. You know, it's getting bigger and bigger every day. We're seeing it more and more in schools nowadays, and I just really think that it's important that everyone and our students become aware of the benefits that go along with using technology, as well as how it can be used in many educational ways. So obviously we learned a lot of things in Econ 355, and it'd be impossible for me to go over all this stuff with you in this video. So what I'm going to do is just take a quick peek at some of the favorite things I took from the course, and some of the tools and things that I'll probably end up using later on in my career as an educator. So to start things off, we'll just take a peek at Google here. So obviously Google, for the majority of people, isn't going to be anything new. We know that it's a search engine, that you can search the web, you can find images, look for maps and things like that. But what a lot of people don't know about Google, and one of the things I wasn't really all that familiar with before Econ 355, was all the tools that go along with it. So if I go into my Google Drive here, um, it'll take me to a page, and what I'm able to do here is I'm actually able to create online documents. So Google Docs, there could be Word documents, online presentations, spreadsheets, online forms, and things like that. And the great thing about these is you can access them from anywhere because they are online. So for example, if I'm doing a paper and I started on Thursday, and I'm going to go home on the weekend back to Swift Current, and I forget my computer. If I've started that on a Google Doc, I'm actually able to access it in Swift Current from my home computer, which is really something that's can be really convenient and handy. So another great thing about these tools is you're actually able to share them with multiple people. So say you're doing a group presentation. Sometimes it's really hard to get together and meet for these sort of things. So if you create a Google Doc and share it, amongst your peers, you'll be able to collaborate amongst each other and see the work that everyone's putting into the presentation without actually having to meet face to face. So that's something that I really think is neat about these Google tools. So another great thing about Google is you can create and join online communities. So here we have our Econ 355 online community, and as you can see here, it's just posts from my classmates and everybody really just getting their ideas out there, and that sort of thing, which is absolutely huge when it comes to being an educator. Sharing your ideas can amount to a lot of good opportunities and open a lot of doors. So, as well as you're able to build on your own knowledge from the ideas of others. So, yeah, that's just a couple things that I thought are really cool that I learned about Google and Econ 355. So we'll move on here now to all the neat things that I learned about social networking. So obviously, Econ 355 has taught me a lot about these social networking sites. Obviously there's a lot of goofy things that are posted on them, but it's really important to know that they can also be used as educational tools as well. And what Econ 355 has taught me is Twitter is a perfect example of this. I can search, or I can type in hashtag math chat, and what this is going to do is it's going to pull up all the tweets that include this hashtag, and what that is going to do is just bring up a lot of ideas and things like that that all have to do with math. So that's really kind of neat. And just a tool to go along with Twitter that Alex showed us is something called TweetDeck, and I really believe that this is probably the coolest way to experience Twitter. It breaks it up into columns here, and what you can see your home page, so everything that everybody else is tweeting. You can see who has started to follow you. your messages, the activity that's happening. So the people that you're following maybe have started following other people, which can allow you to follow some other people as well, which is really neat. And one of the coolest things I believe about TweetDeck is how it allows you to follow specific hashtags. So as you can see here, I'm a math guy, so I'm following the hashtag math chat. I'm in education, going to be a future educator, so I'm following the hashtag EdChat, and then of course our hashtag ECOM355. So yeah, TweetDeck was something that I thought was really neat, and yeah, I just personally think that it's really cool how these social networking sites can be used in an educational way as well. So moving on from there, I'll just go over some of the neat tools that I came across in Econ 355. So the first one here is actually one that I've used on my internet homepage, and it's actually called Symbaloo. And what it is an online bookmarking site which allows you to kind of bookmark all your favorite sites and the sites you visit most often here in these tiles. So all you have to do here is create these tiles, and then you'll be able to click on them, and it'll take you directly to the site where you want to go. So it just saves the hassle of always having to type in the URL or searching it on a search engine and things like that. So another thing that I've learned about in Econ 355 is Flickr. So I don't know about a lot of people, but before taking Econ 355, I always used to get my images from Google. And what the great thing about Flickr is it actually allows you to share images as well. And if I go to the advanced search here, and as you can see, I'm searching up dogs here. If I go to the Creative Commons here, it's actually going to give me all the photos that I'm able to use, and I'm not going to have to worry about any copyright issues. So I just know from recent experience, with our e-math class, we're getting ready for Ochre, and we have to create these t-shirts, and we actually submitted a picture that we wanted on our t-shirts from Google, and they actually wouldn't put it on the t-shirts because of copyright issues. So had we had gotten that picture from Flickr and through the Creative Commons, I don't think we obviously probably wouldn't have had that issue. So yeah, Flickr is just really a great place to go to share your photos and to get your images. Another great tool that I came across, or that Alex showed us about in Econ 355, is that of Socrative. So as you can see here, what it is it's actually an online response unit for students. So this site is really great. If you want to get the voice or hear the voice of all your students, mostly because there are a lot of students out there who aren't necessarily comfortable speaking out in front of the class and sharing their ideas and their opinions in front of their peers. So what Socrative allows you to do is it allows them to, on a computer or even on their telephones, log in and answer a question here. So I'll just give you guys a short example. So I'm logged in as a teacher here. So what you would do is you could create like a short answer type thing, single student response, so they would respond one time, anonymous students, so it's not going to show their names. You can type the question in here, so maybe what did I learn in Ecomp 355. So we'll say that that's the question, and then you can start these activities. And then what I'm going to do here is I'm actually going to go onto my phone here, and I'm going to log in as a student, and you'll just be able to see how it works. So what the students would do is they would go on their phones or on a computer, and they would just type in the room number, which is up in the right hand corner right here. So they'd type in 674966 and then join room. So what this is going to do is on my phone here now is I've joined this room, and this question pops up: what did I learn in Econ 355? So as you can see there, I'm actually in the room, 0, 1 responses, and I'll just say a lot of cool things. So, and then that should pop up. See, so there, that's me. So a lot of cool things. So what Socrative allows you to do is just hear the voice of all your students. So obviously, if you're a teacher, you might get them to put their name on here, and you can see what they said. But yeah, so that's just a really neat tool that you can incorporate into your classroom. Help students use technology and hear the voice of all your students. So moving on again here, another really neat tool is something called DigReader. And what DigReader is it's just an online reader, and what it allows you to do is subscribe to or add, I guess, all your blogs. So here's all the blogs from Econ 355. Here's some other ones, and here's some sites that I like to read about every now and then. So what the cool thing about this is I can just click on, say, Chris Brennan, and what this is going to do is it's actually going to show me all his posts on his blog, and I don't actually have to visit his blog. So I can read what he's posted without actually having to go and visit his blog. So that's something that's really cool, I think. You can access information from different blogs and different sites all in one place. And speaking of blogs, Econ 355 actually allowed me to create my own blog. So at first I wasn't really sure what I thought about the whole blogging idea. It is on the internet, and as everybody knows, or the majority of people know, everything on the internet can be seen by pretty much anybody out there. So, but what so I guess the problem, or the issue I had with it is that you don't want to post something on here that in your future might get you into trouble. But what I learned through Econ 355 was ways of how I can be professional on the web and how I can be safe on the web and things like that. So yeah, the blog is just a really good place to share your ideas, which again is really huge when you're becoming an educator. And yeah, so that's my blog. I encourage you guys all to check it out. Also, another cool thing about the blog here is it's something that I'm probably going to hold on to and keep adding to throughout my career as a teacher. And it's just some place, maybe my students will be able to go, or other educators and things like that, just to see, maybe how my teaching experiences are going and some of the ideas that I'm using in my classroom and stuff like that. And then obviously the last tool that I really like is screencast tools. So something that I actually am using to create this video right now is called Screencast-O-Matic. So what it allows you to do is just create an instructional video of how to do something, or to do a presentation like I'm doing here. And another useful one is Jing. It does the same thing, but it has a limit of 5 minutes, whereas this one's 15, so that's a lot better. And so yeah, so with that, I'd just like to say thank you to Alec for a great semester, and I really enjoyed your class, and I hope we can stay in touch, and yeah, thanks for a great semester. Alright, see you later.